Hello, everyone. Bretta Provost here, and I am joined this afternoon with the amazing Marilee Wallace. Many of you who are local know this incredible lady, and we've been friends for a long time, and we got to know each other from the chamber, which you will have to share a little bit of your story.
Sure.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about the upcoming women's conference. So why don't you take it away and share a little bit of like your journey and
Hi, everybody. Bretta, thank you for having me. I just love this woman. Don't you? You wouldn't be following her if you didn't. I'm just amazed at her talent and what she does with social media. I've watched her do all this, and here, 55-year-old watching Bretta come through with the social media. I've just been like, that's how you do it. And so I'm glad you're watching. I'm glad you're following my friend Bretta because she's a class act. And the other fun thing is you're from the East Coast and you have property, your family has property in Cape Cod, and so does my family. So we kind of have that. All I can say is ice cream stands.
Exactly. Such the best.
We don't get it here in Coeur d'Alene. We don't get this ice cream thing, but they're really crazy about ice cream on the East Coast.
You are. It's true. It's like a thing that, going out to ice cream.
It's a big adventure.
Big adventure.
Like ice cream time. So anyways, it's fun. So I'm glad to see you. I am I'm dressed kind of very, very casually. I just got in last night from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and Santa Fe. We were talking about that and had a nice little visit with my family. And then today, get up right away, work. I teach Zumba, so this is what you got is my Zumba outfit. But then I've got a golden retriever that had to go she hadn't seen me for a week, and she had to go swimming. So I just took her to Higgins Point. Come back here. She's in the car. She'd be right here with us, but she's wet, and it really would bother. We'd be like stinky golden retriever. But anyway, so that's that story. That's just today's story.
Right. I know we have lots of stories.
Bretta, you and I met. Well, I was with the chamber for 22 years.
Which is amazing.
And I don't know what year you joined. I think it's when you came to town.
Right about, yes. Okay. With the hotel that we used to own just right down the street, like around the corner.
Right. What year was that?
That was, I think, in 2006.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's when we met, and you got really involved in the Coeur d'Alene Chamber and, of course, marketing your hotel through the chamber and tourism and all that jazz. And so we've got familiar with each other and working a committee together. Again, Brett is amazing. When she commits to something, she just does it. So, so I was with the chamber for 22 years. Prior to that, I had a software company. So my background was always in sales and marketing, I was born and raised in Spokane, Gonzaga girl, 88, moved here, right, from Spokane. So I'm a local enough girl. And with my first husband, we had a software company, super successful. We did business around the country. But then we divorced, sold the company, and I went, I don't know what to do. And a friend said, hey, Chamber of Commerce is looking for a salesperson. And that's where I stayed for 22 years.
That's amazing.
I had so much fun.
I haven't done anything for 22 years yet, except for be alive.
It was just wonderful. It was a wonderful job, and of course, this community and just getting to know everybody. And then I sat and figured it out. I've helped over 4,500 businesses sign up for chamber membership and open and small, mostly small businesses.
That's amazing.
through the 22-year career. So 4,500 businesses. I'm proud of that. But after 22 years, it's like, oh, hey, challenge yourself. Do something different. So like everybody else, I am in the real estate business. And I'm sure you've been seeing on social media, or maybe you haven't. Wall Street Journal came up as #1 in the country, hottest market.
I know we weren't supposed to tell anyone.
No, I know. What are you guys doing? Although send them to me if they want to buy it.
Right. You have a great, somebody who knows who lived here the whole time. I mean, that knows, you know a lot of the ins and outs with the chamber and as well as just absolutely have fun.
And I'm brand new to this, but it is fun. I think I'm going to have a really good time with it, Bretta, because I am taking all of that this over here that I have, Chamber World Connection, that stuff, and applying it over to real estate. So I landed with Tomlinson Sotheby's, which is right downtown in Sherman. I love being downtown. And then so on that, and then I am a Zumba instructor. I have a extensive dance background. I don't think a lot of people know that, but personally, my interests have been theater, dance music, choreography. I love to choreograph. And now I'm teaching Zumba. So I do, just for shoe money. I mean, it's just a little extra side money. It's not anything I'm going to be like doing forever. Well, who knows?
Maybe.
Who knows?
Right.
But I teach at the Craft Center, and I do some subbing at the Peak. And then, and then I do some things at the mall. So if you follow me on Facebook and you like to dance, your kids like to dance, your mom likes to dance, I do a nonprofit thing at the mall once a month. So do that. Now,
yes,
why I'm here.
Exactly. One of my favorite events of every single year, going to lots of different events around here, and is absolutely one of my favorite events. So for locals, and so share a little bit of what event?
Women's Conference. So I was blessed to be the founder of a women's conference. And of course, it was run through the Coeur d'Alene Chamber initially, because that's where I was employed. And, but with that said, I would, with help, hand select local talent. We have so many ladies here locally that have amazing stories. And we have some, world-class names that, Susan Knapp, Susan Knapp, the Mudgee and Millie books. You guys have seen those? Hey, Susan Knapp is actually a children's author from way back with the We Sing stories. And you know this, but a lot of people don't. That book was around in the 70s, I think. She's like famous. And she's right here. There's just a lot of stories. There's a lot of stories. One year we had Ellen Travolta. It was fun to hear about her brother, but she's got a fun career to follow.
Absolutely. It's fun. It's always fun to see her. I see her around town, just, post office, regular old, do your thing here.
Just really great stories. So with that said, I called our Coeur d'Alene Chamber and asked if I could continue that, and with the well-wishing of the executive board and chairman, especially Ann Thomas. She was so gracious. And I said, this is something I'm passionate about. I want to continue. I'd like to put it together. Of course, we'd like to partner with anybody who wants to partner. So it was just a really nice compliment for me to continue the program. And what I did, Bretta, is formed a company called the North Idaho Alliance. So what the Alliance is established to do, and it's a 301c3. It's nonprofit.
Right. One of those numbered things.
The mission of the company is simply to put on events that bring joy to the organizers and to the people who participate, and then share in the proceeds. So I opened this conference to the participants this year are Seroptimus.
Oh, nice.
The other nonprofit is the Hayden Chamber. They jumped on board. The Women's Council of Realtors Northwest, which I'm a member now, but they do some really cool things and programs. And of course, the Alliance. So those are the host companies. So the proceeds from it all get distributed equally for programs. So that's what's happening.
Very good. And why I love this conference, so I'll help.
Okay, yes,
sell
you've
it
done
for
it
you.
how many years? You're always there.
Yes, pretty much everyone. I might have missed one somewhere in there, but anyway, since I discovered it, but just really phenomenal speakers. You don't have to be a woman to come. Anyone can come, even though it's the, women's conference. It's just supporting a lot of local women, not only with speaking, but businesses. And you form some really amazing bonds. You get to meet a lot of other community leaders and then be completely inspired at the end of the day.
We hope so. We think it's an inspiring day every year. And it is networking. We get to do it in person. We get to do it in person.
Which is
so, yeah. And, we have options for Zoom. So if you want to join us or you're I don't know. Maybe your listeners are in Antarctica. I don't know where you're at.
We've got them.
But we do have a Zoom option, so we're going to give you all those details. But it's in person, so we get to network. So we've set it up, of course, for COVID. We want to be COVID friendly, and so we got the big tables that typically sit 8. We're going to have 5 at this. And I never have liked those big tables where somebody has a back to the podium or the speaker anyway. So anyway, we're going to set it up so it's nice and safe. We have vendors that are there in the room. It's an all-day conference, but when conferences have passed, they would always put vendors out in the hallway or in a different room or something crazy like that. I like to have the vendors in the same room, so that way they're part of the program. So that's blah, blah, blah. Let's talk about speakers.
Let's do it. And it's May 14th. We haven't said the date yet.
It's coming up.
So in a couple weeks, but so share a little bit about this.
It's May 14th. It's at the Coeur d'Alene Best Western Inn on Appleway. It's from 9 to 4. Tickets are $69, and that's the whole day, and it includes lunch. So that's it. And of course, you can go to, and we're going to give you the website, but right now it is at Eventbrite. So you go onward and upward, cda.eventbrite.com.
Cool.
Okay.
I'll make sure and put a link in the comments
Yeah.
for you. And I know she just posted to my page.
And I posted this picture, but I brought it as a cheat sheet because I didn't want to miss any of the speakers.
Yes.
Okay. So, first of all, the theme. We always do a theme, remember?
Yes. Let's hear it.
Okay. So the theme is onward and upward with grace and gratitude. And I just love that.
Yes.
I'm signing all my emails and everything onward and upward. It just feels right to my spirit right now. And so that is the theme, onward and upward with grace and gratitude. So once we set the intention and the theme for the day, our speakers just run with that. And it's been really interesting all these years when we have that theme. We can have speakers talking about science, or we can have speakers talking about cancer. I mean, there could be just different topics, but it always melds into that theme. So that's our theme this year. Speakers, speakers, speakers.
Yes.
I'm talking too much. I'm sorry.
No, you're not. Totally. Give us a rundown for the speakers.
Here you go, girls and boys. This is the speakers for the day. Sinead Voorhees. She is from Ireland.
Wow.
A very interesting story. She runs the MBA program at Whitworth College in Spokane. And she's going to talk about leadership skills, of course, being a woman, but how that works in her life, moving from Europe and coming to the States and having a family and running an MBA program, and how education made a difference to her. And she got her MBA late in life. So
I love it.
Yeah, she's a dynamic speaker. She's just fun. And she's just fun to listen to because she's got that Irish accent.
There you go.
And the red hair. Jennifer Furch.
She's great.
Okay,
I've heard her speak many times.
This will be the 3rd time she's with us.
And she's phenomenal.
So Jennifer Furch is a keynote, and she and her father actually run a company that's world renowned called NBC Camps, and it's a basketball camp for kids, and literally brings talent from all around the world to go to that camp. And of course, it's interesting, again, leadership and interaction. She's also going to share some poetry with us this year.
Oh, cool. Love it.
She's an excellent speaker. Oh, she
so
makes you
good.
feel good. Okay, panel. Then we have a local panel.
All right.
This will be cool. So our panel is 4 women. The panel title is Women Leading in Government. So we have 2 retired elected officials and 2 current elected officials.
Nice.
So my retired officials are Mary Lou Reed. And those that may know that name, Mary Lou's, well, she's kind of a cornerstone for this community, isn't she? She passed state legislator several times. Wow. She's a wow. Our other wow is Sandy Bloom, retired mayor of Coeur d'Alene. And so all of the kind of cool things that you see in this town were under her mayorship.
Yes.
Right? Kroc Center, McCune Field, the library. I mean, just... Okay, and then retired, or excuse me, current,
yeah.
Kiki Miller. She's on City Council at Coeur d'Alene. And then Heidi Acuff is the mayor of Fernand Village.
Love it. That'll be so cool.
So to be really fun, they're going to talk about just what what it's like to run for an election and be a woman in leadership. And maybe we'll have a couple fun questions. And these are going to be open to questions to the audience too.
Excellent.
Good panel.
Yes.
Marlo Faulkner.
Mm-hmm.
She's another rock of this community. Marlo turned 80 this year. And Marlo has always been an arts activist and an author, does poetry. And she's just an interesting lady. And she said, what do you want me to talk about, Marilee?
Mm-hmm.
And I said, Marlo, I think people would just like to hear what you find curious.
Exactly. Been, amazing 80 years on this little
and
rock.
here local.
Yeah.
And here local. So there's a lot of local history. Dock building, right? Mm-hmm. She lived at her family founded Fort Grant. Not founded Fort Grant, but I mean, just some good history, local history. This is going to be a really interesting one. And you people might not know this name, but you will when she's done. Marilyn Fisher. Marilyn Fisher is a retired lieutenant colonel, and that's way up there. So you got lieutenant colonel, you got colonel, and then you got general. Mm-hmm. She ran a battalion of nurses.
Wow.
In the country for 42 years. So talk about a woman in leadership in a men's world. Mm-hmm. And then the theme with her is going to hit home because she lost a mother, and she talks about that transition. So she's special. Well, these ladies are all special.
Yeah. You have and then
last but not and Dolly.
Don't forget her.
Well, I've got two more. Dolly Stearns, lineup coaching. Just Google her on Facebook, you guys. Dolly is phenomenal. She is a professional coach, and she is a professional coach. I love the way she handles herself. I love the way she is a presenter full of energy, and she's going to give us some great challenges on personality, how to work with others, maybe difficult people. She's going to give us a little interactive skills. And then Dexter Yates. Do you know that name? You should know that name.
Yeah. So tell me more. I do.
You're going to know when I say.
Okay.
So Dexter Yates is the half Ironman world champion for her age group.
Wow.
Okay. So she's in her 70s.
Yes.
She's a world champion.
Yeah.
I teach Zumba, and it's an hour, and I'm like, okay, that's enough for me.
Exactly. Well, Ben Tran here, who my business partner, he's also Ironman guy.
The dedication it takes to focus on that.
Yeah,
I'm really good at
all the time. I'm like, I will be your number one fan.
Yeah, right. We'll ring the bell. Do they still do the bring the bell?
Yeah,
you've gone and seen him.
So we went to Vietnam to see him and see him some other, here locally, obviously. But yeah. Cool. Well, I'm so excited.
And that's it. I mean, that's a lot, but that's it. And then the Red Hot Mamas. I can't forget the Red Hot Mamas are going to open it up.
Woo. I know. So fun.
They're so excited to do it too. I'm happy that they're going to be there.
And I think that's it. So I'll put all the details in the comments. Hope to see you there. I'll be there live. Obviously, you'll be there live.
Yes.
And we can't wait to see you there. And remember, every Wednesday, unless there's something going on, I'll be right here with you at 3:00 and talk about, networking, business, social media, personal development, and whatever crazy thing is going on,
really
right?
Good at it.
So
thank you. Onward and upward.
Yes.
CDA at .eventbrite.com, but onward and upward always, right?
Yes, exactly.
I
love
it. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thanks, Bretta.